Thank you, Tret Fure, for bringing us in with a little soft music. So excited to sing with you today. Hello to everybody in the room. Happy Sunday. And happy, for me, Easter. And we're going to talk about the fact that there's a lot of different holidays actually converging this month. Happy whatever it is you're feeling spiritual about today to everyone in this room. Hello to everybody out there on Facebook Live. We're so glad you've joined us today. Nice to see you all, or to know you are there with us. And hello, of course, to everybody in the room. Tret coming in from Virginia, glad to see you. We'll chat more about Tret in a moment. Hello to Aaron, and thank you for running the tech today. Mabel and the Cinnamon Bears coming in from Mass, great to see you. Cricket in Maryland, hello. Sarah in Texas, hello. Annette in California, great to see you. Hi, Kat in Vermont, nice to see you. And what a cute outfit you have on. Hi, Kathy in Virginia, great to see you. And hi, Brian in Maryland, nice to see you today. Hi, Deborah in Kentucky. Hi, Kathleen in Albuquerque. Christiana and Bob coming in from Maryland with our 742 sign. I love it. Actually, you and Carolyn are right next to each other. That's 742, 742 for anybody who's interested. Christiana and Bob and Carolyn coming in from Idaho. Thank you for being here today. Lovely hat on you, Carolyn. Hi, Susan in Ohio, who's now going to be forever known as Susan of the Quilt. Nice to see you, Susan, and still reeling over the quilt, seriously. Shari in New Hampshire, hello. Thank you for being here today. Sheila in Florida, great to see you. Hello, iPad 5. You are somebody who I can't quite recognize yet, but I'm really glad you're here. Hello to Busy Graham coming in from, maybe that is Maryland. Nice to see you today. And hugs and love. We're glad you're here. Busy Graham is the executive director of Carpe Diem Arts. That is our mothership, shall we say. Hello to Anna coming in from Pinewoods. Anna is the assistant to the director. Whoever the director is, we'll never know. And Anna is seriously like the person who carries so much of this amazingly beautiful program. So everybody can give a little love to Anna on what I believe is Anna's Easter Sunday, maybe celebrating with her parents today. Hi, Maura, coming in from California. Great to have you today. Moria, sorry. And hi to Arlene in California, and Pauline coming in from Newcastle, UK. Hello, Curly Tops 1 and 2 coming in from Vermont. Great to see both of you today, Willard and Alice May. Hello, Storm coming in from Greenfield, Mass. Hugs and love. Hello, Kevin, also telling us it is day 742, coming in from New Hampshire. Nice to see you, sweetie. Hello to Deli, coming in from Maryland. Amanda and Miles coming in from, oh, look, with Alex on the screen. Amanda and Miles and Alex are together. That's so beautiful. Hi, Alex, we're glad you're here. Boy, that's like the way of the bouncing cyber universes, huh? Hi, Bonnie in Idaho. Great to see you today. And Luda and Mark in Victoria. Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Glad to have you today. Hi, Ralph in Victoria with Penny somewhere in the background. Jamie, also in Victoria, hello. Hi, Becky in BC. Hello to Susan in Seattle. Hello to Kate, who is back home in Charlottesville. Jane in Texas, hello. Carol in Connecticut, great to see you. Phil in Totnes, England, hello. That's a big grin. Phil has got a big grin on today. He's grinning at Amanda and Alex and Miles, I think. Hi, James. Nice to see you. Jim Harkless coming in from the Maryland area. Hello to Jane, also coming in from Maryland. Dawn, great to see you, coming in from Vermont. Gloria and Tiger coming in from Minnesota. Hoda in British Columbia. And to all the folks who are off video or still coming in the room, Bonnie in Idaho, and whoops, everybody's bouncing. Nancy's Irish Cow, not quite on the screen yet, but coming in from Washington State. Hello, Lynn and Cliff in Vermont, Bronwyn in Victoria, LMG, that's Lynn hiding there behind her screen. Hello to Andrea and Sandy and Fred and Joni and anyone else who's just popping in right now. Sorry that I'm missing you, but I'll get you on the goodbye end. How about everybody take one deep breath?
Especially you.
Yeah. Here's the moment where I run out of air, and then it happens.
That was amazing.
I think I speak New Jersey, so it works beautifully for the context of this program. Greetings, everybody. So super excited today to be singing for the second time with Tret Fure, who Emma's Rev hosted about a month ago, I think, in this room, and Reggie Harris introduced us to. So friend of the friend of the friend movement. And I was telling Tret, actually, before we came in the room, or we opened the doors, I was telling Tret that I had been thinking, what's the right song for today, based on the fact that, I'm sorry, could everybody take a look at Christian and Bob, because I missed that when they were holding the sign up. There's like the Easter bonnet and the, yeah, beautiful. Thanks, gang. I love that. So that I was trying to think, like, what's the right song for the thought of the convergence of all of these spiritual holidays, and the idea that, you know, as humans, what we really are all looking for is sort of peace, justice, love, right? We share that in common in general, no matter what we are thinking philosophically or spiritually. And I thought, oh, wait, like some point, like, I don't know, maybe like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, somebody did this song. It's like about love in your heart and peace and carry justice in your soul. And like, that would be the perfect song. And then I realized it's the song that Tret sang last month when she was in here. So I couldn't really call her up and ask her to sing the same song for the second time on her second appearance. But do you guys remember? Carry freedom in your heart, carry justice in your soul, right? Isn't that the perfect song for today? So thank you, Tret, for bringing us the memory of the perfect song while you're here bringing us yet another perfect song. Welcome, Tret. Glad to see you.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Very happy to be here. So, should we sing?
You could start by teaching us the chorus if you think we need
I
to.
certainly will. I'm going to teach you the chorus, and I'm going to also teach you some hand movements that I don't even remember how this got started, but some fans of mine started doing these hand movements, which caught on, and then Aaron Fowler, who is a singer-songwriter, started doing them to children when he would teach in school. And I started doing it to children's groups and UU churches. So first I'll teach you the words. It goes, in the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside. Now it's going to be a lot quicker than that. But for the other part, if you're interested, the gestures are, in the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside. So if you want to incorporate that, I love it when you do. So I will play. I'll play it at tempo, and then we'll jump right in with the chorus. Here we go. In the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside. Well, if you take a long walk in the morning, you might find it makes a better day. And if you take some time in the evening, your lover will never go away. And if you look to your own inspiration, the walls come tumbling down. Just reach for the light that's deep inside and spread it around, spread it around. In the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside. And when the sun beats hard on the Heartland, say a prayer, there'll be a bit of rain. And when the snow falls smothering the wheat fields, remember that the spring will come again. And when fear rolls heavy like a storm cloud, and thunder is a threatening sound, just reach for the light that's deep inside and spread it around, spread it around. In the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside. And if you dance to the rhythm of your heartbeat, you'll never find. If you leave things better than you found them, you'll never know the right of being wrong. And if you stand for all that you believe in, you set your sights on higher ground. Just reach for the light that's deep inside. Spread it around, spread it around. In the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay again. In the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay. One more time. In the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside.
Woo! Tret Fure, thank you so much. Again, a beautiful song for a beautiful, beautiful day. Because, of course, in addition to all of these holy days that are converging in this month, for the first time in 30 years, by the way, I read, and Aaron's going to pop an article in the post so you can learn a little bit more about it. It's also Earth Month in the month that we celebrate Earth Day. And so Tret, it feels to me like your song is really touching on just about everything we've been thinking about in this room this month. So, Earth Day
Right.
and the notion of peace, justice, love, the spirituality,
Hmm.
and more peace, obviously, for countries like Ukraine that are suffering right now on what is supposed to be a beautiful holiday.
Right.
Yeah, how are you feeling today? What's on your mind? What have you been seeing and reading?
Well, I just got back from a week on the mountain, which is the Highlands, North Carolina retreat and learning center. So I have been in a very spiritual. It was a Unitarian retreat, and so I've been in a very spiritual place. I did a worship service, I did a concert, and I taught songwriting and one-on-ones all week. And it's one of the most spiritual and uplifting places I've ever been. Sitting on Meditation Rock at 4,200 feet and looking over the Smokies is just the most amazing experience. So I came home from that on Friday night, and I spent yesterday in my garden because I am an avid gardener and an avid cook. So I spent all day seeing what has made it through while I was gone and planting some more things and just enjoying the beauty of spring and the sound of children's voices around me. I mean, it was a glorious day for me, and I fell asleep at 8 o'clock last night because I was so exhausted. But
Wow, that's
and I chose this song because today is Easter. I grew up Christian. I know it's Easter. It's also the month. It's Ramadan. There's lots of stuff going on. I consider myself now a boohoo yu. I am a Buddhist humanitarian universalist, Unitarian Universalist. So I'm a boohoo yu. So I do celebrate spirituality a lot, and the spiritual and the light in all of us. And that's why also I chose this song, because reach for the light that's deep inside. We have to spread light. We are living in some very dark times. What is happening in Ukraine is just so egregious. 95% of the buildings in Mariupol have been leveled. Not to mention all the people that have been killed. All we can do is pray for these people right now, and it's horrific, and we're living through dark times. And what we can do, what can we do except give funds, give light, give love, and hope that this ends soon.
yes. So I would say also you beautiful musicians, you have one more little ace up your sleeve, which is that you can sing. So sing to give strength to the folks here who are trying to come up with different activist ways to be able to be helpful.
Right.
But
Yes.
also sing for the folks. I mean, some of the most moving stuff that came out of Ukraine in the first month of the war was the violinist playing in
Mm.
the basement of somewhere. There were actually two different violinists who played in the basement of somewhere, and that notion that the music carries us and strengthens us, and whether it's strengthening our resolve to fight on the good fight of climate
Uh-huh.
management, or whether it's trying to bring peace to our hearts for a lot of grief, or just give us strength to get out of bed in the morning, whatever it is that's going on in your own personal world, right? That's one of the
Yes.
things that musicians have that they can. So Joe Jenks was in here the other day, and he was saying, he's been thinking about, the different ways that people like do things. And then he realized like his music is what he does. His music is what he gives back or gives
Yeah.
out, or
Right.
his own
Exactly.
activism. And yep.
Yeah. I
So
mean, that's what we can do as songwriters is spread the good word, talk about things, keep people aware, help us so we can. My last live stream concert. I gave 50% of the proceeds to Ukraine, to the food, the people who are providing food. I'm doing a show in Ann Arbor next month for, I think it's called the Femme Fund. I apologize, I just lost it. It's an organization that works around the world, feminists, to help, and their focus right now, of course, is on Ukraine and Ukrainian women. So all the proceeds from that concert are going to go to them. So we do what we can, but mostly what we do is sing, because singing is the best thing you can do for your soul, for your heart. It opens you up in ways that other thing that opens you up that way is laughter. So, and that's hard to find these days in all this sadness.
yes,
Yeah.
agreed, 100%. And thanks again for picking a song that gives us so much thought, and so much room to move through all of these different things. So let's see. when you were here last time, and we talked a tiny bit about this before we opened doors today, you and Pat Humphreys, who is a foodie and who I've also had a lot of food conversations with, you guys got off on a little tangent about food and cooking, and you and I were talking about the fact that food is oftentimes part of the celebration of special days or holy days, and even Ramadan, they break fast.
Right.
There's a portion of the celebration that's about not fasting, as well as the fasting. And can you tell me a little bit, anything about sort of the food culture in your holiday traditions, or not necessarily Easter, but just
Yeah.
your food universe?
Well, my mother was Italian, and her her focus in life was food. I mean, she had been a big band singer in the when she was young, but she didn't like the lifestyle. She was also a great artist, but like many World War II women, she chose to get married and raise a family, and that was her work, that was her life. But cooking became her. And she was an amazing Italian cook. And the interesting thing is, I don't know if this is true for you, Joe, but Italian mothers do not teach their children, their daughters, how to cook. It's like, no, 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 this is my domain. So I had to learn by watching. Plus, they don't measure, but still, I learned by watching. And the only thing my mother ever taught me was her chicken soup, which she called orange soup, because it had a little bit of tomato paste in it. And the last thing before she passed away was she taught me how to make her orange soup. It's all homemade, with a whole chicken, and she made her own noodles. And I made that actually last night. I make it a lot. That dish a lot. But I also had a cookbook. I have a cookbook, and I sold it for a long time. I'm out of copies now. But I made a cookbook when I left Los Angeles in 1987 because my friends were all sorry to see me leave, not because they were going to miss me, but they were going to miss my dinner parties. So I made a cookbook for all my close friends in LA and gave it to them. And one of them was a publisher, a small business publisher. So she published as a contribution to my back home, my 2001 CD. She made like 1,000 copies of this cookbook, and I have been selling them since that time. So for the last, what is that, 40 years I've been selling that cookbook. And people say, are you going to do another cookbook? And I think it's time for me to do another cookbook. For me, the best thing about COVID was that I was home every night and got to cook dinner every night. And I love cooking. That's my passion. Yeah.
That is so exciting, and I'm so excited to have another cookbook coming from you. How about other stuff you have coming up? Can you tell us?
Yes, I'm leaving again on Friday. I got to come home for a week. I have a show at the Indie Folk Club next Saturday. Then I'm in Chatfield, and I'm doing the service at the UU Church the next morning in Indy. Then I go on to Chatfield, Minnesota, and Minneapolis, Minnesota for 2 shows, and then I'm also doing a Unity Church service. I do sermon as song, I call it. I'm doing that on the Sunday. The following weekend, I am in Downers Grove, Illinois, and Mequon, Wisconsin, which is Milwaukee, basically. Then I come home for 10 days, and then I go back out to go to Ann Arbor to do the fundraiser in Ann Arbor and a festival. So I'm pretty busy for the next 2 months, which I'm so grateful for because, as you know, we have not been able to tour. I do live stream shows every 3 weeks when I'm home. I've got one scheduled for June 9th, and then I'll probably take a few months off because I will be doing some festivals and teaching this summer. But I'm trying not to overwork myself because I found myself so exhausted. I did 2 shows, a church service, and then the 5 days at the retreat. So it's like, I'm not used to this anymore.
It's amazing, isn't it? Like how getting back into things. Like
Yeah.
my first social engagement, I was like completely zonked at the end of it, and it wasn't like 100 people, right? It's just like you
Yeah.
have to try and like remember. We learned a lot about being quiet during the pandemic,
Yes.
and maybe things we'd forgotten and needed to relearn. And
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely. Yeah. But it was
now.
hard being with people all day and all night long. It just, for 5 days, I was exhausted by the interaction, but it was also beautiful people in a beautiful place. So it was, as much as it was energizing, it was also exhausting.
I totally get it. So, just a couple quick things. I actually am going to sort of throw this on you, and feel free to say not thank you. But do you have anything that you play to say happy birthday to anybody in the room that might be having a birthday? Because we have a little guy in the room. I'm going to give him a quick spotlight here.
Well, no, I mean, I'm in a special tuning, but I can just, that's it. That's the wrong clip. Happy birthday to Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Woo! Happy birthday to Miles, who is
Happy
celebrating a
birthday,
birthday today.
Miles.
Miles has been coming into this room for so long with his mom and sometimes his brother, who's now in on the camera. Miles, happy birthday. I love your happy birthday hat. Happy birthday from all of us here at the Daily Antidote, sweetie. It's been so great getting to know you. And Miles is actually one of those magical moments where somebody who I never met in real time, I got to meet in real time. So Miles actually came to my home,
that's
and I got to meet Miles from Michigan. Pretty
Fantastic.
cool. Yeah, at the same time that I had Phil and Tauteness at my home, and Amanda and Alex. So yeah, this is one of the cool things about the Daily is this after, the way things come together. And speaking of things coming together, I'm actually going to say one more thing, because I had my own personal Easter basket that I made myself this morning. And I just want to show you my Easter basket, because I think you guys will all appreciate this. So speaking of things coming together, you all saw this little guy because he was in Anna's arms in Pine Woods in Plymouth, and he is now in my arms at my mom's house and on his way to his new home at our house.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
yes, this is we don't know what his name is yet. He came with the name Mocha, to which I said, because the next day I couldn't remember if Anna said mocha, cocoa, or latte, that he probably didn't have the right name. So we're going to do a name the dog contest. Anybody in this room want to send me an email? We're still looking for a new name for this little guy. Thank you for being here. All right, Tret, happy Sunday. Happy you, boo-hoo, you to you. And how would you feel about playing again to send us out of the room?
Absolutely. I would love to. Here we go. Here we go. In the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside. Well, if you take a long walk in the morning, you might find it makes a better day. And if you take some time in the evening, your lover will never go away. And if you look to your own inspiration, the walls come tumbling down. Just reach for the light that's deep inside. Spread it around, spread it around. In the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside. And when the sun beats hard on the Heartland, say a prayer, there'll be a bit of rain. And when the snow falls smothering the wheat fields, remember that the green will come again. And when fear rolls heavy like a storm cloud, and thunder is a threatening sound, just reach for the light that's deep inside and spread it around, spread it around. In the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside. And if you dance to the rhythm of your heartbeat, you'll never find yourself without a song. And if you leave things better than you found them, you'll never know the right of being wrong. And if you stand for all that you believe in, you set your sights on higher ground. You just reach for the light that's deep inside. Spread it around, spread it around. In the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside. Again, in the spring I take a deep breath, and in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay. One more time. In the spring I take a deep breath, in the summer I'm looking for a ride. In the fall it's all about the leaving, and in the winter I stay inside. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tret. What a really, really fun, special day. Thank you for being here. In the
My
spring,
pleasure.
I take a deep breath. Let's all take a deep breath, everybody. Wishing everyone here a beautiful, beautiful Sunday, whatever it is that you're doing. Hugs and love to the entire universe, including everybody out there on Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us today. Tret Fure, everybody. Joe, Tret Fure. I knew I was going to do that. See?
I only did it once. Thank you so
Tret
much.
Fure. Thank you so much for being with us. Bye, everybody on Facebook. Thank